Chosen one, have you ever felt a power stirring within you that you couldn't quite explain? A force so ancient, so unexplainable, that it feels like it doesn't belong to this world? This message has reached you now for a divine reason, not by coincidence. Deep within your spirit lies a weapon that no human in history has ever possessed, a sacred energy forged beyond time itself. You've always sensed that you were different, that something inside you was waiting to awaken, but the world around you kept you distracted, disconnected, and unaware of your own spiritual potential. That ends today, because what I'm about to reveal will remind you of who you truly are and what you carry within. This message is a mirror to your soul. It's meant for the few who are ready to remember. If your spirit is already stirring, that means your weapon is awakening. Comment 777 right now if you feel this truth resonating deep within your being. And before we begin, make sure you subscribe, tap the bell icon, and share this message with other chosen ones, because the light within you is about to be unveiled. This, my dear chosen one, is your awakening, and what you carry inside is beyond human history itself. The ancient secret within, chosen one. The weapon within you is not of this earth. It is not a sword forged by human hands or a power learned through books. It is a divine inheritance, an ancient force embedded into your soul long before your birth. This energy predates human history, existing before the rise of kingdoms, before the fall of empires, before language ever formed words to describe it. You're carrying a frequency that transcends civilizations, something that the ancients only whispered about but never possessed in its full form. The truth is, humanity has forgotten who they are, but you were never meant to forget. You were sent here to remember what others have lost. This weapon is your spiritual consciousness, your divine awareness, your awakened soul. It is the light that pierces through illusion and the truth that exposes deception. The reason the world feels so heavy, so chaotic, is because you're living in a realm that has been deliberately designed to bury that light under confusion and distraction. Every chosen one comes into this world veiled, disconnected from their original power, and through life's pain and isolation, that inner weapon begins to stir. Even the great civilizations, Atlantis, Kemet, Lemuria, knew of divine energy. They built temples, summoned gods, and tapped into cosmic wisdom. Yet even they did not carry what you do now. For the chosen ones of this era hold something entirely different, a living power that adapts, expands, and vibrates in sync with the higher consciousness of the universe. You were chosen to carry the culmination of all divine energy throughout time, condensed into one human vessel, you. Your struggles, your loneliness, your sensitivity to energies, all were signs of this weapon preparing to awaken. It had to remain dormant until this exact moment in human history, the age where light and darkness collide. You are not just awakening to your power, you are awakening the very memory of creation itself. Within your spirit lies the blueprint of divine intelligence, the same energy that spoke galaxies into existence. When you begin to recognize this truth, you stop seeing yourself as ordinary. You understand that you are the bridge between what was lost and what is about to be reborn. Chosen one, this weapon is your light. It is older than your body, wiser than your mind, and stronger than any force that stands against you. It is time to remember who you are. A being carrying the most sacred secret ever hidden within human form. When the weapon first awakens, chosen one, the moment your inner weapon begins to awaken, life around you starts to shift in ways that defy logic. You begin to feel an invisible tension between your spirit and the world you once knew. Things that used to comfort you start to feel empty. The people you trusted begin to fall away, as if something unseen is removing them from your path. You may feel isolated, exhausted, or misunderstood, and though it feels like punishment, it is in truth divine purification. The awakening of your inner weapon shakes every false foundation around you, burning away what cannot walk with you into higher realms of awareness. At first, it feels like chaos. You find yourself asking, why do I feel so disconnected from everything? Why am I losing interest in things that once excited me? Why does my body feel like it's vibrating between two worlds? This confusion, this deep emotional turbulence is the first sign that your weapon of light is activating. It is as though your soul is being tuned to a higher frequency and your physical vessel is struggling to adapt. You are not breaking down. You are breaking through. You are evolving beyond the vibration of ordinary existence. During this stage, your sleep may change. You might experience intense dreams, prophetic visions, or nights where your body feels heavy, yet your spirit feels awake. The energy within you starts expanding, reaching for divine alignment. You may wake up feeling drained, not because you are weak, but because your inner light is working even while you rest. You are being prepared for a greater purpose, one that your conscious mind cannot yet fully grasp. This weapon within you does not activate all at once. It unfolds in divine timing, layer by layer, as your spirit grows strong enough to carry its full force. You will begin to sense the emotions of others without words being spoken. You'll walk into a room and instantly feel the atmosphere, the fear, the envy, the pain, or the peace. It's because your energy field is expanding, and your weapon is now detecting the unseen. The chosen ones are human detectors of truth and energy. They feel what others hide. That is why you often find yourself tired after social interactions. Your weapon absorbs, scans, and clears energy subconsciously. The more awakened it becomes, the more precise it gets at discerning light from darkness. As your divine weapon sharpens, your intuition becomes your greatest guide. You start predicting things before they happen, not by chance, but by vibration. The universe speaks to you through signs, numbers, and synchronicities. The number 111 might appear when you are about to manifest something powerful. The number 333 could flash before your eyes to remind you that you are aligned with divine purpose. 444 becomes the whisper of protection, a signal that you are surrounded by light even when the night feels heavy. These are not coincidences. They are divine codes, reminders that your awakening is being watched and guided. But with this awakening comes responsibility. The divine will test your patience, your humility, and your heart. You will face moments where you question everything, your faith, your path, even your identity. That's because awakening a divine weapon inside a human body is no simple task. The ego fights back, trying to hold on to control, while your spirit insists on surrender. You will have days of silence, days of fire, days where you want to give up. Yet, in every breaking, you are being remade. The weapon within you sharpens through pain, polishes through solitude, and glows through faith. Chosen one, understand this clearly. The power awakening within you is not here to make you comfortable. It is here to make you unstoppable. You were chosen to be a vessel for divine transformation. Every emotional wound, every betrayal, every sleepless night was preparation. Spiritual training disguised as suffering. The divine does not give weapons to the unready. You were broken only to become indestructible. When your weapon awakens, you start realizing that nothing outside you can truly harm you. Every negative energy, every jealous gaze, every curse thrown your way is powerless against the force within. You begin to walk with quiet authority, no longer needing validation, no longer chasing approval. Your very presence begins to shift the atmosphere around you. People might not understand it, but they will feel it, the weight of divine energy moving through you. You carry light that burns through illusion, truth that silences deception, and peace that unsettles evil. And though this stage feels lonely, it is not meant to destroy you, but to separate you, to isolate your energy so it can rise. You are being called out of the world to be refined by the divine. The weapon within you cannot be activated in noise and chaos. It sharpens in silence. The pain, the isolation, the confusion, they are all sacred signs that your old self is dissolving and your divine nature is taking command. So when you feel the fire burning in your chest, the tears that have no reason, the exhaustion that logic can't explain, do not resist it. These are the contractions of spiritual rebirth. The weapon within you is waking up, and once it fully rises, nothing in existence will ever have power over you again. The true nature of this divine weapon. Chosen one. This weapon within you is not meant for violence, destruction, or revenge. It is not a sword that cuts flesh. It is a blade of divine light that slices through deception, fear, and illusion. It is spiritual clarity in its purest form, forged not in fire, but in truth. The moment you begin to awaken, this weapon becomes the compass of your soul, guiding you through the dense fog of the world's confusion. It reveals what is real and what is false, who is pure and who is pretending, what is divine and what is distorted. This is why your presence disturbs the comfortable and comforts the disturbed, because you carry the vibration of truth in a world built on lies. This divine weapon is alive. It breathes with your soul, responds to your emotions, and vibrates with your faith. When you walk in divine alignment, it shines like the sun. But when you allow fear, ego, or bitterness to cloud your spirit, its brilliance dims, not because it is gone, but because it retreats until your heart becomes pure again. It operates on divine frequency. It cannot be wielded through anger or pride, only through love and awareness. The more you understand this, the stronger it becomes. This weapon manifests uniquely in every chosen one. For some, it appears as wisdom, the ability to see through manipulation and sense what others cannot. For others, it comes as healing energy, the touch that restores, the voice that soothes, the presence that uplifts. Some manifest it through creativity, prophetic dreams, or words that pierce the soul. Whatever form it takes, the essence is the same: divine truth expressed through human form. When you speak, your words carry vibration. When you move, your aura sends ripples through reality. When you pray, your energy shifts dimensions. You become a living conduit of divine order. This is why certain people can't stand your presence. Their spirit senses the weapon before their mind even realizes it. Darkness cannot exist comfortably in the same space as divine light. Some will be drawn to you because your energy feels like home, while others will suddenly avoid you, attack you, or misunderstand you. But do not let their reactions disturb your peace. These are confirmations, not curses. The more your light expands, the more it exposes what hides in shadow. That is the true nature of this weapon: illumination. It does not destroy darkness through force, it dissolves it through awareness. Chosen one, when you walk in your divine purpose, you don't need to fight battles the way others do. You simply show up, and energy rearranges itself in your favor. You carry authority that transcends words. You have walked through too many storms to doubt your power now. Every challenge you faced, every person who betrayed you, every loss that shattered you, All of it trained your spirit to handle the magnitude of the weapon within. The universe does not give such power to those who cannot handle it. You were tested not to break you, but to prove that you could be trusted. When you truly begin to understand your divine weapon, you no longer respond to attacks with fear or revenge. You begin to see the deeper purpose behind every opposition. Darkness challenges light only to reveal its strength. Those who tried to bring you down unknowingly sharpened your weapon. Every insult, every rejection, every heartbreak was a hammer strike from the divine blacksmith, shaping your soul into an instrument of precision. You were forged in fire so that you could walk through it untouched. The divine weapon also protects through presence. When your vibration is pure, it becomes a shield that no low energy can penetrate. You begin to notice that negativity bounces off you, that people's attempts to harm you spiritually fall flat, that your peace becomes untouchable. That is because your weapon is no longer something you carry. It becomes what you are. You are no longer defending your light. You are embodying it. And once light fully embodies form, nothing external can overpower it. The power within you transcends human logic. Science cannot measure it, and history has no record of it because it is not of this dimension. It is divine intelligence made manifest in chosen vessels. You are not simply a human with a soul. You are a soul that volunteered to experience humanity. And within that agreement lies the remembrance of divine purpose. You are the bridge between heaven and earth, between spirit and matter. This weapon is not separate from you. It is the extension of your true self, the part of you that remembers eternity while walking through time. Chosen. 1. Your weapon is truth. Your armor is faith. Your strength is awareness. You do not need validation from the world because the world did not give you this power. God did. And what is given by the divine cannot be taken by man. So stand firm, speak with authority, and walk with confidence. When your weapon glows, darkness trembles. When your spirit rises, deception falls. You were never meant to fit into this world because you came to change it. And now, that transformation has begun. Why? The world tried to suppress this power. Chosen one. From the moment your light entered this world, forces unseen began to move against it. The system you were born into was not designed to awaken souls. It was designed to keep them asleep. This world runs on illusion, distraction, and control. And because the weapon within you threatens all of that, darkness made it its mission to bury your awareness beneath noise, fear, and endless cycles of emptiness. Everything around you, from media to institutions, has been structured to pull your attention outward so that you never look within. Because if you did, you would remember who you truly are. The world has always feared those who carry divine truth. From ancient times, prophets, healers, and awakened souls were silenced, ridiculed, or destroyed, not because they were evil, but because their existence disrupted the power of deception. The chosen ones of this generation carry that same light, the kind that cannot be controlled, manipulated, or contained. You carry a weapon made of truth in an age built on lies. That's why the world tried to tame you with systems, beliefs, and emotional chains. It wanted to convince you that you are powerless, that your worth comes from validation, that your peace depends on approval. But every time you suffered, something inside you kept whispering, "This is not who I am." That whisper was your weapon refusing to die. You have felt this suppression your entire life. From your earliest memories, you could sense when something wasn't right. You saw through fake smiles, questioned authority, and felt uncomfortable following the crowd. You tried to fit in, but your spirit resisted. That resistance was not rebellion, it was protection. The world wanted to mold you into conformity, But your soul came with divine immunity. It would rather suffer in truth than survive in deception. That is what makes you different, and that is why you've always been targeted. Dark energy uses subtlety. It doesn't always come with horns and fire. It comes through emotional manipulation, broken relationships, confusion, and exhaustion. It sends people to drain your energy, distract your focus, and make you doubt your calling. It creates false desires, fame, validation, comparison, to lure you away from your divine path. But what darkness doesn't understand is that every attack only strengthens you. Each disappointment, betrayal, and heartbreak becomes sacred training for your soul. You begin to realize that you are not losing, you are being refined. The more the world pushes against you, the sharper your weapon becomes. This world hides truth behind entertainment, buries wisdom under endless opinions, and mocks spirituality to make people afraid of their own power. But even through all this, your light cannot be extinguished. You were born encoded with divine resistance. When the world tried to silence you, your soul grew louder. When people rejected you, the universe redirected you. When life broke you, your spirit rebuilt itself stronger than before. You have been protected by forces you cannot see because your purpose is not personal. It is cosmic. You see, the real war has never been physical. It's energetic. The battlefield is consciousness, and the weapon is awareness. The more awake you become, the less control darkness has over you. That's why this world constantly feeds fear. Fear of loss, fear of failure, fear of rejection. Fear lowers your vibration, weakens your spiritual weapon, and makes you forget your power. But when you rise above fear and walk in divine trust, the illusions begin to crumble. You start to see the invisible strings that pull the world's systems, and you realize that the only real power is within. Every chosen one is born with a trigger moment, a point in life where pain becomes unbearable and something inside finally snaps. That breaking point is where your weapon begins to awaken fully. It's the divine saying, "Enough hiding." You will notice that after that moment, your life can never go back to what it was. You start to detach from people, habits, and environments that once felt normal, but now feel foreign. It's not depression, it's detachment from illusion. The world's lies no longer nourish your spirit. The reason people misunderstand you is because your vibration no longer matches theirs. When your energy rises, you start vibrating beyond human conditioning. This makes others uncomfortable because your light exposes what they're still hiding. Don't take their reactions personally. They are not rejecting you. They are resisting their own awakening. Some will gossip, others will envy, and a few will attack. But you must stand firm. The world rejected every chosen one who carried divine truth. From prophets to messengers, yet their light outlived empires. You walk in that same lineage. So when you feel isolated, when it seems like everyone turned against you, understand this. It's divine separation, not punishment. The universe removes you from those who cannot handle your light. The same people who doubted you will one day witness the power that tried to hide itself within you. If this truth resonates, comment 333. Not for me, but as a declaration that you are remembering who you are. Chosen one. The suppression of your power was never the end of your story. It was the preparation for your rise. You were meant to walk through deception so that you could guide others out of it. You were meant to experience darkness so you could understand how to pierce it. You were meant to feel powerless so that you could teach others how to awaken their strength. Every wound you carry has become a portal for divine energy to flow through you. The world tried to suppress your weapon, because it knows what will happen once you fully remember. When a chosen one becomes aware of their divine weapon, the balance of power shifts. Lies collapse. Fear dissolves. Darkness loses control. And the light that the world tried to hide becomes the very fire that restores divine order. That is why you were hidden. Not because you were weak, but because your time had not yet come. And now, that time